You like that? 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 You like that?
What's going on? It's Coach Williams, and I'm back for another breakdown. So today we are going to talk Lamar Jackson going into the AFC Championship game up against the Kansas City Chiefs. And I've been saying, if you've been following me on Twitter, I think that the Chiefs are the only team left that has a chance to be able to stop Lamar. I'm not saying that they're going to do it, but if anyone can do it out of anybody in the NFL, I think the Chiefs are the only team that is built to do it because they got Spags, and Spags knows how to draw it up. Now, over the course of the week, Bill Polian made some comments, and we all know Bill Polian's history with Lamar Jackson about what the pass rush needs to do, that you should not try to sack the quarterback, keep him in the pocket, make him read the defense, and throw the ball to the appropriate target. I think that his comments were kind of taken out of context just because of his history, because he's not entirely wrong. Not entirely wrong, but there's some additional context that he needed to add to make sense to people, because nobody wants to go into the game and say, yeah, we don't want to sack the quarterback. We want to go into the box score and have 0 sacks. No defensive team is thinking about doing that. So let's talk about what teams should do to be able to try to stop Lamar Jackson. So on this first play, we're watching all plays from the divisional round, and then we're going to toggle back and forth between some things that the Chiefs have done in the past, okay? So they come out in this formation here. I would call this formation truck, okay? Because even though this is a fullback, I'm going to consider him a tight end. So it's 12 personnel. We got a 3-by-1 over here. And so you can see the Texans, they've got this 4-man front, really vanilla rush. And the guys on the outside are actually doing what Bill Polian said, right? They're not running past the quarterback. Doesn't look like they're trying to get to Lamar, but it also looks like the guys in the interior are doing that. And look at all the space that Lamar has. This looks like a 7-on-7 drill. It's really easy for him to be able to fit this into this window against zone coverage, right? So this is just a vanilla little spot drop zone coverage here, cover 3. That's not going to cut it with this much space for Lamar and Odell Beckham being this wide open, right? Even though this is a tight window, this is NFL open, and Lamar hits him. Makes the correct read, gets the ball to the appropriate target. So let's stop with all the nonsense about Lamar not being able to read defenses and things like that. Like, if you say that, then I think you need to learn a little bit more about football, okay? So we can watch from this angle as well. We can see the defensive ends are doing a good job of just keeping him contained in the pocket, but there's no push. There's no push from the interior. So the thing that you have to do against mobile quarterbacks, and we're going to look at Justin Fields and Jalen Hurts. Now, I don't think that they are similar quarterbacks to Lamar, because as you saw in that last play, Lamar likes to work the middle of the field. He will take the middle of the field. He'll work that. He's very accurate. He's got really good zip on his throws. Justin Fields is more of a vertical passer, and I would say the same for Jalen Hurts. But the athleticism is similar. So we're thinking about how do you contain the quarterback. You've got to mix it up. They had the vanilla 4-man front. Can't do that. We got 4 to a side here. Okay, so we got 4 to a side and all walked up. All right, so you have to confuse the protection of the offensive line. So as you can see here, it's still a 4-man rush, but that confusion of the offensive line creates uncertainty, and it makes the offensive line have to check the protection and make sure that they can get everybody blocked. So what does that also create? It creates interior pressure. So the Chiefs are doing the right thing here of these guys on the outside not trying to sack the quarterback, not trying to attack him initially off the bat, but the interior pass rush is fighting like hell to get at Justin Fields, and that disrupts him. And even though he's a great athlete, it causes movement, right? It causes movement, and it gets a little bit erratic. That's the thing that you want to do. You want to speed these types of quarterbacks up. The other thing that you'll notice here, too, is we've got guys in the middle of the field spying with eyes on the quarterback. and getting downhill and tackling the second that you see him trying to break the pocket. Really good job there from the Chiefs. And Spags really knows how to draw it up. We got all these guys up on the line of scrimmage, 4 to a side. And now we force him to pass protect, get that interior pass rush, knocking this guy backwards into the quarterback. And yeah, he breaks tackle. These guys are going to break tackles. But if you can slow him down a little bit, that is going to give you a chance. So on this next play here, the Texans are doing something that I really don't like when you go up against these types of quarterbacks, okay? And we'll talk about it when we see it from the tight as well. They're lined up. You can see Will Anderson at the top of the screen. And this defensive end down here, they're in wide 9 techniques, okay? So they're in wide 9 techniques, and then they speed to power. You can't speed to power against these athletic quarterbacks because when you speed to power, you're focused on the tackle and you're trying to drive him back into the quarterback and you can't really see what's going on and it makes you run past them. And what ends up happening, Lamar gets outside the pocket, the thing you cannot do. The worst place for Lamar to be is outside the pocket, and the worst place for you to be is past the quarterback. So we can see here, wide 9. Will Anderson gets in a wide 9. Can't do that because now you're speed to power. Look, his eyes are in the chest of the tackle. You can't see where Lamar is when you speed to power like this. So what do? Just walk right past you. Go, pick up a first down. Nice and easy. Can't speed to power against these types of quarterbacks. Okay? So now, this next thing that they're doing is something that I think is important to do against athletic quarterbacks is you got to send pressure. You got to send pressure. So they're going cover 0 here. And one of the things that I like that they're doing is they've lined up in this vanilla 4-man front, and then they've done a good job of disguising the blitzers. And then you get an interior game in here, and then the ends pinching down inside. Because what does that do? That turns the back of the tackle here, and you get a free runner. Now, this is why Lamar is special, though. So I think that this is the correct way to do it. But even when you do it exactly how it's drawn up, Lamar going to do his thing, okay? So we get this edge pressure. Usually what the quarterback might try to do in this situation is he's going to replace the blitzer and throw it to the hot, but he decides to go to the other side and look at this whip route over here. And one of the things that they teach the quarterbacks is if you get this cover 0, there's going to be a free rusher. So one thing you can do is you can backpedal away from the pressure, and since it's cover 0, it's going to be man-to-man coverage. So eventually somebody, you're going to have an in-breaker or an out-breaker. They're running away from leverage. Somebody is going to get open, bide your time. So he decides to do that instead of throwing it to the opposite hot. Whip route, hits his guy, first down. Okay? So even if you draw it up perfectly, he still can dice you up, but you're going to have a chance if you do it this way. So we can see here, again, no wide 9s, but this time pinching hard inside, double edge pressure, sandwich the quarterback, get a hit on him. Doesn't matter though, Lamar is that good. So you'll see this from the Chiefs as well. It's not double edge pressure this time, but it is cover 0. We get a good job of disguising here. Speed the quarterback up. We got a free runner on the quarterback. Speeds up his process. He's got an open receiver, but he doesn't get everything on it. The ball dies. Interception. Interception. So Jarius Sneed gets in there, and we'll see it from the tight angle as well. Cover 0. McDuffie's the free runner. Speeds up the process. Interception. So can't be stagnant, can't be 4-man rush, right? You want to sack the quarterback. You just don't want it to be with the guys on the edge, right? You want the interior pressure to cause problems, or you want to try to get free runners. All right, so here in this one, again, look at what we're seeing here. Pocket is getting pushed back, all right? So pocket gets pushed back here. And one of the things that I also want to talk about in this video is you got to send second level pressure, okay? So you need guys coming from the second level and then get some interior blitzers as well. So you got to mix it up. You got to vary up some of the things that you're doing. Send some interior blitzes from the second level, so linebacker level, and get after the quarterback, okay? So one of the things that's important too is they've got to be at linebacker level. We'll talk about this a little bit later in the video. You don't want to send safety blitzes from depth. So I believe this one is Petrie. And he lines up at linebacker level and blitzes from the interior. So yeah, 5 Petrie here, goes inside. And what are we getting? We're getting push. And one of the reasons why you want these second level blitzers is because they're going to be smaller than the guards. So they're going to need a little bit of a running start to be able to push them back. So we talked about the speed to power. We don't want that on the outside, but we absolutely want it on the inside. We want to collapse the pocket from the inside out. And so what do you get there? You get in there and throw. All right, so this one. Second level blitzer, unblocked. Okay, the first guy is going to miss. The first guy is going to miss from time to time, okay? The first guy is going to miss, so you have to be able to have vision of the quarterback. This is a really good job of getting in there, getting off the block, and getting the sack before he can escape. So again, we get second level blitzer, unblocked, misses the tackle, but the next guy gets in there and cleans it up. All right, so on this one, again, vanilla 4-man rush, not putting any pressure on the quarterback, not putting any pressure on the protection here. Just a vanilla 4-man rush. All right, and then guys getting out of their pass rush lanes on the inside, right? Trying to go outside, you got to run through these guards. Got to run through the guards. When you do that and you get outside of your pass rush lane, that just gives him all the space in the world to be able to take off and run. And if you're going to give it to Lamar, he's going to take it. You can believe that. So big first down there. Big explosive play. We'll see it from the tight. The ends are doing a good job of being contained, but then the interior defensive linemen are just getting out of their gaps. And if you send that vanilla 4-man rush at Lamar, that's what he's going to do to you. Okay, so safety blitz from depth. Can't do it. Can't do that, okay? Can't do it, and you have to disguise. If you're showing this like this, they're going to know where it's coming from. And Lamar, you know, there's been some comments about quarterbacking. Oh, Lamar is quarterbacky, okay? He's going to see that. You send the safety from depth, it also creates holes in the defense. So if you're going to send a safety, it's better to have him as a nickel and be a nickel linebacker and send him from linebacker depth here. So Lamar sees this the whole way through, and then it helps the protection as well for them to be able to see it. Now you've got this guy one-on-one with a tackle, bigger, stronger man. What ends up happening? Runs past the quarterback. So now Lamar's got all kinds of space. Hits the open receiver. So we'll see it from this angle here. Shows it. So now Lamar knows. You see the stripe of the helmet. Looked over this way. Tackle gets the block. Climbs the pocket. This is beautiful footwork here. And just fires this one. Outside the numbers. Big completion. So now we'll contrast that with McDuffie, okay? McDuffie is one of the best slot blitzers. I would say him and Witherspoon are really good at this, at timing this stuff up. Oh, and then Branch from the Lions too, really good at timing up the snap count. So you can tell what McDuffie is doing here. He's got the tell. He's watched a lot of film on Jalen Hurts. When Hurts gets down in this crouched position, ball's coming. So he goes, and since he disguises this really well, the tackle has no clue that he's coming, gets in here, gets the sack, fumble. All right, and so if we go back as well, we can look, what do we got? We got guys walked up, we got 3 to a side here, and then they drop out. So this is a simulated pressure. They're only sending 4, but at the end of the day, when you can move around like that and confuse the protection and use your disguise, you are going to get after the quarterback. So here we go. We got 3 to a side here. Then McDuffie coming off the edge. Hurts doesn't even see him. Fumble, gets it back. That's a really good job of drawing it up. All right, on this next one here, what do we got? What have I been saying? Second level pressure. And I love it when it's interior pressure. You can set it off the edge too, but the interior pressure, that is what's going to cause some problems. Because, like I said, you're coming from depth, you're getting a full head of steam, getting into these guards, and collapsing the pocket from the inside out. And so now, where does Lamar have to go? The whole pass rush is in his lap. I would like it if this end over here wasn't getting past the quarterback, but either way, the pocket is collapsed from the inside out, and you see the result. Sack. So now, you see it from this angle. Interior pressure, gets into the guard, speed to power him. Whole pocket collapses from the inside out, and Lamar almost escapes. But it's hard. It makes life harder when you collapse the pocket that way. Again, what do we got? Second level pressure, interior blitz. Driving the guards back. And then this is one of the things that I really like here too. Okay, so he gets in here, drives the guard back, but can feel that he's getting stoned here. So rather than getting locked on and keeping to try to push him back, he just tries to keep his hands free so they can't get hands on him. And that gives him the ability that when the quarterback tries to break the pocket, he can go there and get on him. Force an error and throw. So we'll see it from the tight here. Look at Harris. He's kind of tipping his hand that he's coming. So the guard's ready for it. But now he's like, okay, I'm not going to be able to drive him back. So let me get my hands off and just read the quarterback. Where is he going? If he tries to step up, I'll try to get around. But I know the tendency is that he's going to try to leave the pocket. I'm there. Make him throw it away. Really good job there by Harris. All right. Again, second level pressure. Okay? Second level pressure. This is the stuff. We've seen it enough times. And then what do you see? 3 to a side. Okay? Second level pressure. Driving the pocket back. Lamar, it just makes him uncomfortable. When you got guys in your face like this, makes him uncomfortable. Don't love running past the quarterback, but if you win inside, that's what's going to happen. Right? Every time that they've pushed the pocket back, 100% of the time, they're getting after the quarterback. When they don't push the pocket back from the interior, Lamar either has all day to throw or he has time to be able to escape. So the interior pass rush is key. And Spags is really good at drawing this stuff up. All right. So the other thing here, so we don't want to show pressure, right, from the safety level. But if you walk everyone up like this, that stresses the protection as well. Okay. So we've got everybody walked up, but slot blitzer. Okay. So this is the type of stuff that you have to do to be able to confuse the protection. Slot blitzer here. That causes problems. And then they get in on the quarterback, and the slot ends up being the one that gets the sack. So you got to mix up and vary your looks. It can't be a halfway in, halfway out. Okay, I'm way off, but I'm going to blitz now. Like, just line up all the way across if you're going to do it this way. Okay? So, all right, we get that interior game along with it. And then again, so we can watch this pass rusher here. He gets stoned, and then he decides, okay, I'm just going to read the quarterback here, okay? I'm going to turn into a spy because my momentum got stoned. If he escapes from this, it gives him a chance to be able to go laterally and stick with Lamar. Really good pass rush plan here, okay? So again, safety blitz from depth. Never going to work. Never going to work. It's too far. It's too far to get there. Too far to get there. too much time, and Lamar is too smart, he's too quarterbacky to know I'm going to throw into pressure here. Normally, this safety would be in this zone. He's gone. Boom. Easy money. Easy money on the hot. All right, so we'll see it from the tight angle here. Dead to rights. They know it's coming now, Lamar. You can see the stripe of the helmet looking out there. He sees it. Fires it in there on the slant. No chance for the defense, okay? No chance. So the other thing that's really important, if you're going to do this too high structure, it's hard, man. It's really hard because if you're going to go even front, right, four man up at the line of scrimmage and two high safeties, they're going to run this draw play on you, okay? So draw, they have the advantage because it's 4 defensive linemen, 1 linebacker against 5 offensive linemen, and then the back is in here as a blocker. No chance. They've got the numbers, and Lamar takes off, touchdown. So we can see here, all right? So 4-man rush, 1 linebacker in. This linebacker has to drop out because it's quarters coverage. No chance, right? We got 2 guys for 1. Touchdown. All right, so I believe this is the last play I'm going to show you here. It's just Spags drawing it up. All right, so we get this guy walked up. We got McDuffie back, okay? So you don't know which one's coming. McDuffie gets back here. And the pass rush gets there. Now Hurts has to dance around. Sack, okay? So we'll see it from the tight. So if you're going to come up in these vanilla 4-man fronts, you got to move, right? So they're moving back and forth. So Hurts doesn't know which one's coming. Which way is it coming from? McDuffie's the one that comes. And if we rewind a little bit, he knows if we watch his foot in the corner of the screen here, second that he gets down in his crouch stance, McDuffie sees it. He's coming. Gets in the backfield. Makes a bunch of, like I said early in the video, they going to make guys miss. Make a bunch of guys miss. But we got to rally up in pursuit of the football. So I think that the Chiefs' defense and Spags are built in a way that they're the only ones left that can contain Lamar. If they can't stop Lamar, yes, that does include the Lions, the 49ers. I don't know if anybody can do it, okay? So we'll have to talk about that in a later video if the Ravens make it past this round. But this one is going to be a really good matchup. It's good on good, and I'm excited to see if Lamar can make it to the Super Bowl or if Spags can draw up another premium defensive plan. So that's what I'm looking forward to. So as always, you know what it is. It's Coach Williams, Ball Hawks. We fly. I'm out. Peace.